stop is On the Radar Radio.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. King Promise in the building.
Yes,
What's
sir.
good?
I'm good, my bro.
A raspy King Promise, but it's because he killed that shit. By the time y'all seeing this, it obviously already happened. But you killed your NYC show last night. Having a little too much fun, right?
Way too much fun. Too good for my own good, bro. But yeah, man, it's blessed, man.
Where was the show at?
In Brooklyn, New York.
Okay, fire, man. You know, it's been beautiful, and I say this every time, you know, shout out my brother GQ. Every time GQ brings me somebody from overseas, I always say it's been beautiful to see the impact of Afrobeats, not only in America, but specifically here in New York City, where there's always been like that culture of people who appreciate it and enjoyed it, but it's like on a whole different level now. And I know you have spent a lot of time out here. GQ and I were actually chopping up about that last night, but since you have spent a lot of time out here, how has it been witnessing the growth of it, especially here in New York?
Like what we're seeing right now, these are days we used to pray for, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Just having African music do or have an impact globally. And, you know, I call them the headquarters, just like there's London, there's New York. In New York, the Big Apple, basically, if you make it here, you can make it anywhere, they say. You know what I mean? So just coming out here and seeing our music and, you know, artists from where we're from selling out arenas all the way across the waters and all this stuff is just crazy. It's just beautiful and it's amazing. And I feel like I don't even feel like the fact is we only getting started.
Right.
Yes.
And it's crazy to say like we only getting started, but like you guys have like a lot of y'all and you especially as well, like you guys have been working for these moments for so long too. And like you said, like it's like, you know, you're talking about how amazing it is and how much of a blessing it is that now it's happening, but it's so crazy to think about how like I'm sure even 6 or 7 years ago, pre-pandemic, when you guys were just doing shows out here every now and then, like, you know, obviously it wasn't what it is now, but like back then it's like, could you have even imagined that it would have gotten here?
I always felt like it was possible. I feel like for anything to happen, you first of all need to believe first. And I always had that belief that it was just a matter of time the whole world catches on to the magic that we have as Africans, which is Afrobeats, you know? Right. Like you said, before the pandemic, we were doing shows. I done my first headline in New York after the pandemic. I done the Webster Hall. Okay, fine. And after that, it's just been growth upon growth. You know, after the pandemic, you know, you have Burner, you have Rema, and everyone just killing it, you know, Wiz and R2Bs and everybody just coming out here. It's as if it's a blessing in disguise because right after the pandemic, our music I feel like it gave people the time to soak it in because the world slowed down and everybody was just trying to like get past the time by listening to music, and Afrobeats kind of like slipped in there like, you got time for me now. You're gonna hear it. You know what I mean?
Cause you know what I was thinking about too. I'm like a lot of the bigger hip hop artists weren't dropping, so it's like we're looking for like a lot of music to listen to at the time. And even like during that time, like what was really great that was going on was like there were a lot of Afrobeat mixes on YouTube. And I think that's how like also a lot of people pass their time as well too. You know,
a lot of our music as Africans, you can actually just stay home and listen to. If you're trying to, because our music is usually just trying to make you have a good time. Yeah. So you could be home, you could be driving, you could be with your girls, you could be in the club. That's always the music, a song from Africa or Afrobeats that's good for the moment. So it's like during all that time, a lot of African artists just kept feeding. And when it was over, it was time to be outside again. Just grab the moment.
Yeah, it was funny because like during that time too is when I started doing like Zoom interviews to like pass the time as well. But it was so funny because I kept getting interviews from Afrobeats artists. Like I had done like Stonebwoy very early on too, and a few other people. But like it was interesting because it was like, damn, I'm starting to get more and more requests for interviews. But it was cool because as these artists were actually coming to me before they were coming here to America, like I was like listening to them through the YouTube like playlist and the YouTube mixes and things like that. So it was cool kind of like steadily watching the rise and seeing it kind of like bubble during the pandemic and like that first summer outside, like summer 2021 when things were like getting better, back to normal, and like all the Afrobeat parties started popping up everywhere. And it was just kind of like this brand new thing, but it was cool because it's like everybody's back outside, everybody's happy. And then you also couple it with this music that just makes you feel good too. Exactly. And then it just kind of is like that perfect mixture. Like I feel like summer 2021 was like the perfect time for?
It was the right time to come back out. Like I said, it was kind of like a blessing in disguise, because it opened so many doors. Because people couldn't wait to be outside, and I feel like just that whole energy, and we just coming back on the road just made everything perfect.
Absolutely.
What I mean?
And I love how, like, especially a lot of the artists from Ghana who I've had on the show, like a lot of y'all know each other, a lot of y'all are friends. Like, it was funny because me and you, when I was talking to G last night, I was like, oh, I see Darko and the Conquesti. Like, I like how there is like that, and I say this because I'm Puerto Rican, so I see this with a lot of Spanish artists too. Like, there's a lot of unity within like our cultures within the artists, which is why I think that, you have on the Latin side of things, you see like the Bad Bunnies of the world be able to do what they do because of the support behind them. And then in the Afrobeat side of the world, you're able to see like the support that all y'all have for each other, which is like, I think is what lends like our cultures the ability to now kind of grow in a way, in an exponential way, because there is so much support between the artists and the communities as well too.
It's how we are brought up, honestly. Like, we just want our brothers to win. You know what I mean? Like, where we come from is hard enough to be fighting each other, rather than take on the world. Just, I believe in combining powers.
Right.
Because I feel like together we're stronger as a unit than, alone. So it's just literally, if you were brought up in Africa, you'd know that it's not about fighting your brothers, it's about coming together and trying to take over the whole world.
It's funny that you mentioned it's not about fighting your brothers. When I had Vic Mensa sitting right where you were, like about 2 months ago, Vic was like, Vic, obviously Vic, you have the record with Vic, and I'm gonna get to that. But he said that like when he was in Ghana and he made that trip to go see his family, he had learned so much while over there. And one of the things that he learned while over there, and I don't want to say this incorrectly, but I'm gonna try to say it as best as I can. But something that he said was like, he's like, in Ghana, he's like, even crime is like low because they don't believe in hurting one another because of their brothers. You feel me? And
we go out of our way for each other, as we should. Like, we uphold the family system very high.
Yeah.
You don't have to be my mom's child for you to be my brother. Do you know what I mean? And it's just the morals and how we are brought up. Like, we're very moralistic as Africans. Not just religious, but very moralistic.
Right.
And that you can tell in how we move as people, and as not even just artists, but as people in general. You know what I mean? Like, and we are so hospitable. You don't have to be from Ghana for us to love you. Like, if you came back home right now, you probably won't want to come back. I keep telling them all the time, come to Ghana. Come to Ghana. And then they come, and I'm like, okay, I told you. Okay, when you going back? I just extended my dates. I'm like, yeah.
It's so funny. Like, December, I was watching G's story, and he's like posting at 7 a.m. at like, what was it, like everyday people out there? Was there an everyday people
bro,
party
we
out
don't
there?
sleep,
like
bro. We're outside, bro.
Oh, okay, yeah. It was like 7 a.m. I'm like, damn, this looks like...
When the sun is coming out, now the party serves sweets, we won't close, but it's sweet. It's literally... there's always something to do. There's always somewhere to go, especially during the festive season. It's not like that all year round, but also all year round there's actually something to do. Right. But if you come in the festive season like December and that, bro, we don't sleep, bro. It's all about merrymaking and having a good time, and Ghana is a place for that. It's just the peace and just the serenity and just the people being as hospitable as they are, and the food, the nightlife, the women. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, man.
We're talking about like that unity and kind of spreading it across the water. But so in relation to like Vic and Chance, right?
Yeah.
How did that relationship between you and the guys come about? Like, how did that first begin, and making that connection from like the American side of things to then over to Ghana?
I think I met Chance first. No, I met Vic first. Sorry.
Okay.
How do we even meet, bro? We kind of met. Not officially, but on and off, we see each other here and there. And then, obviously in Ghana, my manager met him one night and was like, bro, I just met Vic and Chance. We actually had a long conversation and, we're going to connect. So we literally just connected one of those days. And I connected with Vic first, like I said.
Yeah.
And we just had a vibe from the onset. It wasn't really forced. It was as if we had known each other from a long time.
Right.
And through Vic, I met Chance. And I went to the house one day, they were having a camp. I just passed by, they're in my city, it's Accra.
Right, yeah.
Show some love and just shout the brothers. And we just became so cool after, we done the record for my album. And after that, Chance hit me up for his record because I was on tour. I was in Chicago for the first time. I did my show. And then they came out. After that, we went to Chance's studio. He was working on his album. We done a record, and then he put it out. We shot the video the next day. It was like everything just came so naturally. Like, I really believe in not forced relationships where you meet people and it's as if it was meant to happen that way. It wasn't no label putting it together. You know what I mean? It was just brothers meeting as brothers, and
Yeah.
our energy just connecting, and that was it. It was really just simple.
That's fire. You know, it's cool because I also think about how important like Afrobeats and Vic's culture is to him now and how much he expresses it.
Both of them, you know, like they came back. They have a festival in Ghana called the Black Star Line.
Yep.
It's crazy, you know. They are advocating for people to even come back now. We've been doing that for a long time. But for them to come back and see how beautiful it is and, you know, how much it means, because it gives you a sense of belonging when you come back home, because
Right.
this is truly where you're from. You understand what I mean? And when you come home, you can tell that these are my people because you feel like one of them, you're treated like one of them, and you're respected as one of them. Do you know what I mean? So it's just beautiful to see them embracing it and, you know, doing their best to support, you know, everything that's happening back home, even with what they've been able to achieve out here in America and the rest of the world.
Right. Where I was going with that too is like, you know, you build this brotherhood with them that's so natural and whatnot, and then obviously through the festival, it's crazy because then like that also is like part of that like influence over here, because then they come back over here and then they're telling people like, and I think that's one of the amazing things about everything that's been going on these past couple of years, because again, like you use the word like organic friendship, and then like that organic friendship then leads to like organic like connection through the music, because you know they come back here and then you know maybe they start adding some Afrobeat elements into their music, whether it be drums or other aspects, and then they're putting their friends on, and you know Vic likes to DJ now too, so Vic incorporates it into his DJ sets,
is
like
crazy, man.
And then that just adds like that influence and that expansion of what we're talking about, like world music and through Afrobeats, which I think is so incredible to even think about. And like, if you really want to like keep just going, tracing it back and back and back, it's a long road. But it's cool how it's like, you know, everybody has played a part in that up until this point as well too.
Like I said earlier, like I believe in combining powers, because I feel like together as a unit we can accomplish much more. So them coming back, experiencing the culture at first hand, it's a different feel than just listening to it on the radio over here.
Yeah.
Or just feeling, oh, this is a good song and I like it. But when you actually experience the culture, it's a whole life-changing experience. And I feel like that's what they've had, which they are adding to what they're doing already.
Yeah.
They've been doing already. It's also good for us because we get to collaborate. We get to take it to the rest of the world. They get to come back home, combining powers, bro.
Right.
Only the way to go.
Right. So what are we working on right now? I know we got 2 new singles out now. Part of a 2-pack. We also got the song with Young John out now too. That's going crazy.
Yeah.
What are you cooking up right now? Because I heard some things, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say it.
What did you hear? I got the album coming, bro. I'm working on the next album. Terminator is supposed to be the first single off the upcoming album.
Yep.
And then I just dropped a 2-pack, which is has Perfect Combi featuring Gabsy from the UK. He's Nigerian. And then Nana, which is me by myself. But yeah, these songs I just dropped 4 days ago.
Yeah,
and
not too long,
you know, it's just doing the madness. And Terminator, obviously I done a remix with Young John, you know, gone viral. I was just telling the guys, literally, like I woke up today and I see it's gone back to #1 in Africa. And
Congratulations.
on like Boomplay. Is it Boomplay? And a couple other platforms. And it's been #1 for like the past 9 weeks. So it's very beautiful that, you know, as Africans, our music is traveling, you know, all across the globe. I'm happy to be doing this as a Ghanaian representing my people. And at the end of the day, it's Afrobeats to the world, African music to the world. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine. What can you tell us about the album? Like, what can you say?
Bro, beautiful music. It's probably the most personal I ever made. If you listen to Terminator, I feel like it tells you a lot. It's not something that's just fiction. I'm not just talking about anything. It's something that everybody goes through, and that's what I'm trying to do with this album, where people listen to it and be like, this guy's really speaking like he's in my shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that's the type of music that really connects, because I just want to tell my story in a way where it's real, and I do it through my music.
Right.
And I'm not just putting words together, but I'm painting a picture which is actually real. It could be your story, it could be my story, but how I paint it, this is Picasso, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to make sure like it's as vivid as possible, even though it's going through your ears.
Yeah.
So that's just the special thing about it, where I'm going back to basics. You know, what made people fall in love with me when I came on the scene first 5 years ago, 6 years ago, you know, and having the #1 record on the continent, you know, so far, you know, after all these years, still doing this, is just me reinventing myself in a way where I'm just telling my people that, you know, I connect with you and I speak for you. Do you know what I mean?
Fire, man.
Yeah, man.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
Well, look,
that's
man,
crazy.
congratulations on all the success. Thank you so much for coming here today. Thank you so much for the performance.
Nah, thank you for having me,
We're
man.
going to get you some more tea after this. I got you.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
He's been
guys.
turning up.
My throat is crazy.
I like how it sounds, but that's just me. I like it. But make sure you go check that out. Before we get up out of here, so album on the way.
Yep.
Anything else that people got to be on the
new
lookout
music
for?
out. More videos. I have a couple more collaborations coming out. You know, on the album.
Yep.
You know, I got some New York heavy hitters on the album.
Okay,
as well.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I'm fucking with that.
Yeah, man, it's just great music all around. Just working with the best people. I'm having a time of my life right now. Just being blessed to be in this position to, represent my people to the rest of the world through my music, and just being happy doing it. Not forcing no vibes. Just doing my best, leaving the rest to God, and just having fun with it. So you guys expect nothing but the best. A lot more music, a lot more videos, collaborations, and yeah, man, Afrobeats to the world, African music to the world, Ghana to the world, man.
There you go, man. Well, look, where can the people follow you at too? Before we get up.
Yeah, check on Instagram. I am King Promise. Same for Twitter. I am King. It's not X, eh? It's not Twitter anymore. It's X, eh? Yeah. Find me on X. I am King Promise.
That's Twitter. We still call it.
Same on TikTok. Same everywhere. Facebook, everywhere. I am King Promise. Check out the new music as well. On every DSP. Just King Promise. You're gonna like it.
There you go. Well, make sure you go check out everything he has out now. Album on the way. New singles out now. Go follow him. Go show him some love. Go show him support. Love is free. Support is free. But y'all already knew that. Till next time, King Promise on the radar. We out. Bow. My God.
One love, bro. Blessings, man.